Welcome back to Soda City Live. This fall, get ready to take the Trailblaze Challenge. It's an event where hikers of all skill levels will come together to test their limits, all while creating a trail of hope for critically ill children through the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Joining me today is Vice President of Mission Advancement, Amanda Osborne with Make-A-Wish South Carolina, and Trailblaze hiker, Chapin Coates. Ladies, so glad to have you joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
It's such a pleasure. So we had a great opportunity to chat a little bit before this interview, just talking about the amazing things and the way that you all train for an event like this. Now, I want to make sure that I mention that we're saying fall, and I know it's still spring technically, it will be summer in a few weeks, but it's important to start training early.
Right, we're encouraging folks to get started now. Our interest meetings start on Tuesday the 13th, and folks can come out and spend an hour to ask all the questions and find out all the information they need. And then training kicks off on June 24th, so that when the fall hike rolls around, folks are ready for 28 miles.
I love that. And Chapin, you've actually participated in this event before. How has it been, and why do you keep coming back? Why are you coming back?
It's truly just a wonderful experience. So I got involved with the Make-A-Wish Trailblaze Challenge through my boss, Dr. Ed Davis of Davis Orthodontics, and he mentioned, hey, you know, we should do this as a team, and I was like, heck yes, let's do this. I love hiking. And when I was learning more and more about how it makes such an impact on these families, I was blown away. And as I continued to go through the training and making friendships, it was just an incredible experience, not only physically but emotionally, and just to see how my efforts of hiking and fundraising could make such a difference for people right here in our community. So I just loved it, and I'm addicted.
That's awesome, and you make such a great point. Events like this, or this cause specifically, is something you can get involved with your co-workers, you can bring friends, and you all become a family, and again, it's all for a great cause. Let's talk a little bit about how, in what ways this challenge benefits those families.
Sure. So Trailblaze Challenge is the single largest fundraiser for Make-A-Wish South Carolina. And in fact, we just celebrated the $600,000 milestone for our spring hike. So we're starting all anew with fall and raising money for fall. And that will support the wishes of critically ill children throughout the state. And so right now we have nearly 400 children who have qualified for a wish, and they are waiting for a wish. And the faster we raise money, the faster that we can make that wish come true. The average cash cost of a wish in South Carolina is $7,500. And so we are really relying on Trailblaze to grant as many of those wishes as possible through the fundraising of our hikers.
I love that. Let's talk a little bit about this hike. Where does the hike take place, and how long is it?
The hike takes place on the Foothills Trail, and it starts at Upper Whitewater Falls, which is such a beautiful spot just over the North Carolina line. But it starts really early in the morning, so you don't see those beautiful falls at 5 a.m., but you know they're there.
You hear them.
That's absolutely true. And it is 28.3 miles along the Foothills Trail. And so we have opportunities for folks after they've completed the first hike to come back and do other sections of the Foothills Trail. And in fact, if you were super ambitious, you could complete the entire thing with Trailblaze Challenge in the month of October.
That's awesome. So when is the kickoff?
Our kickoff hike will be on the 24th, but in order to get to that kickoff hike, we need folks to come out and attend an interest meeting. And I know you're going to show all the dates, but those begin on Tuesday, June 13th. So come and spend an hour, ask your questions, and get signed up. And then on the 24th, get your hiking shoes on and you can get started.
I love it. And one thing I was excited to know about training, because a lot of people, there are people that are, you know, experienced hikers, and then you have those folks that may have had an interest but never done it before. What are some of the things that you learn in these trainings?
Well, honestly, Make-A-Wish truly makes you just set up for success. There's a training calendar that tells you what you need to be doing during the week, and then every weekend they have the long, more endurance hikes to help prepare you for those distances. They talk about the proper equipment, like getting the right shoes, that is clutch. Making sure your feet are nice and pampered for those long distances. Make sure you're hydrating properly, some of the treats and nutrition that you could need, and just sharing with you also tips and tricks of fundraising for your efforts. So there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. You are set up for success. I think really anyone can do it.
And they give you a really nice amount of time to make sure you check off your list and have all the things that you need. And this sounds like it's an amazing event. Of course, we'll pull the full screen up with these interest meeting dates, and you say you have to at least enter one of them. Now, as far as registration, what is the cost?
So we ask for folks to make a $100 donation to their own fundraising goal to get started. So they have their first donation under their belt, and that is the requirement to get going.
And how do you register, and how do folks, do you have to register for the interest meeting, or do you just, like, how do you go about registration?
So yes, you should register for the interest meeting, and that's at sctrailblazechallenge.org. And then once you get to the interest meeting, they'll take it from there. Everything else is handled.
Well, this sounds like an amazing event. Is there anything that you wanted to add?
I would just say that, you get to meet fellow Trailblazers on the trip. So not just new Trailblazers are going to these informational meetings, but fellow ones. So it's a great opportunity to talk with other Trailblazers so they can share with you some of the tips and tricks and what they, now know going into it in the future. And that, again, these wishes, they can share with you some of the wishes that they've granted and how these wishes really make a difference in these children's lives and providing a light in the darkness from when they're going through those really tough times and tough treatments.
If you are a novice hiker, we say jokingly it is couch to 28.3, but that's not too far of a stretch. So no minimum requirements. You just come as you are, and our team does a great job of coaching and supporting folks through their journey.